Andrews come out, and she's over at ESPN. And there's Alexa Philippou talking about the WNBA, WNBA-PA discussing a moratorium proposal that would apply to an upcoming league business, including free agency qualifying offers and core designations, which were set to begin as early as Sunday. Breanna Stewart said that while a qualifying offers may be going...
Stop right there. Breanna Stewart, a co-owner of a competing basketball league, is now telling WNBA players not to sign contracts. Let that sink in for a moment. A player who owns Unrivaled, a league that directly competes with the WNBA, is effectively coordinating what amounts to a work stoppage, yet somehow the media isn't calling out the massive conflict of interest staring everyone in the face. The WNBA just sent out qualifying offers to free agents this past Sunday. Standard procedure, except the players' union immediately called for a moratorium, urging every player in the league to refuse signing anything. Leading that charge is Stewart, who also happens to be a vice president of the players' union, while simultaneously owning a rival professional basketball league.
The NBA, that just all sounds insane to me. When it comes out of my mouth, every time it comes out of my mouth, that you have players that are vice presidents of the players' union for one league owning a different professional basketball league. It's just baffling. But nonetheless, we found out yesterday, I did a video, the NBA and WNBA, very smart. Very smart. We said, they came out, they said, you know what? We're under a moratorium here. Let's start sending out qualifying.
Here's what the league just did, and it's genuinely a brilliant strategy. They ended the negotiation moratorium and began sending out qualifying offers under the current collective bargaining agreement. These offers are based on the old salary structure, where max contracts top out at around $250,000, and nobody actually expects players to sign them. That's not the point. The real objective is psychological pressure. Suddenly, every player in the league is forced to look at a real piece of paper with a specific dollar amount on it, then compare it to the owner's new CBA proposal, where that same contract could be worth 6 times more. We're talking about players currently making $100,000 who could be making $500,000 in the first year of the new deal alone. That's potentially 5 years of life-changing money sitting on the table, and the union is telling them to walk away from it.
Personal shots. You're bringing up social reform in a collective bargaining agreement. We're seeing your ridiculous inflatable rats and freaking a digital banner on the side of a truck. And it's starting to feel like low-budget AA baseball shit out there by the players' union. It's like, okay, come on. Stop this nonsense. And it feels personal, and it's like they want revenge.
Watch how public opinion has shifted over the past 3 weeks. At first, everyone was on the players' side. The narrative was simple. Women athletes deserve equal pay. The league is finally making money, and they should get their share. It was a compelling story, and it worked for about 10 days. Then the inflatable rats showed up. Then came the digital billboard mounted on a truck driving around Manhattan. After that, the players' union started posting on social media in a way that felt less like labor negotiations and more like personal vendettas. Suddenly, casual fans began asking questions. The biggest one being, why are these players acting like the owners have been stealing from them when the league has literally never turned a profit in its 28-year history? That's not speculation or owner propaganda. It's documented fact. The NBA has subsidized the WNBA's losses every single year since 1996, and yet not one player and not one union representative has publicly acknowledged that reality during these negotiations.
None of them. And it's common knowledge. It's common. I mean, there's sports fans that don't give a rip about the WNBA that knows it's never made a profit. Why? Because it's been a running joke forever. And then, of course, it also got a lot of publicity when Brittany Griner got locked up in Russia. Yeah, that was a thing. But nonetheless...
Here's the part nobody's talking about. Everyone knows the WNBA has never been profitable. Even sports fans who don't follow women's basketball know it. It's been a running joke in sports media for decades. The league didn't receive serious mainstream attention until Brittany Griner was detained in Russia in February 2022, and even then much of the coverage centered on why she was playing overseas in the first place. The answer was simple: WNBA salaries were enough to live on. But now, there's real money on the table. The owners have offered a deal that would raise maximum salaries from $250,000 to $1.2 million by the end of the contract, roughly a 600% increase for top players. For mid-tier players, the numbers jump even more dramatically, to 8 or 9 times their current salaries. This isn't a marginal improvement. This is life-changing money.
Making them think about money and the increase in money. That's all they've talked about. We want new money. We want more money. Well, more money and a lot more of it's on the table. Right here, I put this up this morning. How long before the WNBA players start chewing their own legs off, trying to get off a sinking ship? You've got a lot of women turning down a lot of money. $2 million by the end of the new CBA is a lot of bread just laying there to be picked up, and that's the whole thing. The money is now officially, because it's been offered from...
Think about what this actually means for the average WNBA player. Not Caitlin Clark, not Aya Wilson, not Sabrina Ionescu. We're talking about the 6 through 11 players on the roster, the ones without shoe deals or national endorsements, the ones currently living in $2,500 a month apartments and playing overseas every winter just to make ends meet. Under the new CBA, those players could realistically buy homes and experience true financial stability for the first time in their careers. They could stop flying to Turkey, Russia, or Australia every offseason and actually give their bodies time to rest and recover. The difference between the current deal and the proposed deal is literally the difference between renting and owning, between financial stress and financial security. And yet the union is telling them to turn it down, to keep fighting, to wait for something better. But here's the question union leadership doesn't want to answer. Better than what? Better than a 600% raise? Better than life-changing money? At what point does this stop being about fair compensation and start being about something else entirely?
Who we're talking about. And let's be real. What if the league was like, well, we're going forward with replacements and our rookies, which I don't know if that can happen. I know they're currently under contracts. But let's face it, a lot of people have brought this up. Just get replacement players. Think about all the rookies, and they're all stars. Like, much of the stardom in this league, almost all of it, is people on rookie contracts. Think about that a minute. I mean, Rickea Jackson, Sonia Sintra, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Aaliyah Boston. A ton of players.
Now let's talk about the nuclear option sitting on the table. The one the union really doesn't want anyone thinking about. What if the league simply moved forward with replacement players and rookies? Look at who's actually driving WNBA viewership right now. Caitlin Clark is on a rookie contract. Angel Reese is on a rookie contract. Rickea Jackson is on a rookie contract. Cameron Brink, before her injury, was on a rookie contract. The entire surge in ratings, attendance, and media coverage this past season was driven almost entirely by first and second-year players. You could realistically field entire rosters made up of rookies and recent draft picks, sprinkle in some overseas players or G League talent as replacements, and the ratings would barely move. Caitlin Clark versus Paige Buchers next season would still happen. Clark versus Camila Cardoso would still happen. The matchups casual fans actually care about don't involve a single veteran player making over $200,000.
Not going to look much different at all. I'd be willing to bet they would look no different. Oh, I'm tuning in for Caitlin Clark versus Paige Beckers. I'm tuning in for Caitlin Clark versus Sonia Sintra. That's still all on the table. Angel Reese is out. You get my point I'm trying to make. It's the veteran players that are the long-term back-end veteran players that are screwing this all up.
Here's what makes this situation so precarious for the union. The veteran players, the ones who've been in the league for 8, 10, or even 12 years, are pushing hardest for a work stoppage, and they genuinely feel they've been underpaid for years, which isn't wrong. But they're also no longer the reason most people are watching. The league doesn't need Breanna Stewart to drive viewership. They need Caitlin Clark. They don't need Diana Taurasi. They need Angel Reese and Paige Buchers. The entire power dynamic has shifted in just the past 12 months, and the veteran players haven't adjusted their strategy to match that new reality. That's exactly why the league sending out qualifying offers was such a smart move, because now every player has to make a personal calculation. Do I stand in solidarity with veterans fighting for principles I agree with, or do I sign a contract that could immediately transform my financial life?